A couple of hours ago, there was a video uploaded on Jasprit Bumrah's Instagram handle. In that video, he was seen jumping hurdles, bouncing the medicine ball with tremendous intensity. That sight is probably a very, very encouraging sight for a billion Indian cricket fans. Remember, Jasprit Bumrah is one of India's best bowlers currently, and his absence does impact India in a big way. Jasprit Bumrah's training has encouraged a lot of Indian cricket fans, and there is a hope that probably he will recover from his back injury sooner rather than later. Remember, folks, Jasprit Bumrah is going to miss the Asia Cup because of the back injury, and he has had a long history of back injuries. In 2019-2020, he missed nearly 6 months of action because he had suffered a stress fracture on his back. And that injury was detrimental in a lot of ways. One, it robbed him of his rhythm. It took some time for Jasprit Bumrah to regain his rhythm back. So that is why it is very important that Bumrah recovers as soon as possible. Because remember, he will potentially miss 7 games of the Asia Cup. Then he will have only 6 T20Is to prepare ahead of the ICC World T20, which will begin for India on October 23rd, 2022. Ayush Singh is saying he has posted a video. If he is injured, why he is on the ground bowling? Ayush, look, it is very simple. You have to get back into training. Slowly but surely, there are methods in place by which a bowler can get back into training. Jumping hurdles, bouncing a medicine ball, these are parts of the training regime that is there for a fast bowler to come back into full fitness. You remember when Dale Steyn suffered those injuries, he used to first run, there was running sessions, and then he would gradually ease back into bowling full tilt. This is the way how Jasprit Bumrah is planning his return. The injury, luckily, by looking at the training video, it does not seem that it is severe enough. So he's resumed his training with a slight level of intensity, although the video it was high intensity. But there could be several other training regimes which he's not probably made it public. So that is why, Ayush, you have to remember that this training is part of the recovery process. Once he's back in full tilt, back in full rhythm, he will come back to playing on the field. Now, there was one more question. I think he will come back in the World Cup, Phoenix is saying. Phoenix, I think he'll be back a little bit earlier. I will probably say after the end of the Asia Cup, which is on September 11th, there is a 9-day break and you play Australia for 3 T20Is. After that, you play 3 T20Is against South Africa and the ODIs. So I think Jasprit Bumrah will most likely, 99% I think, be back in the T20I series against Australia. Because remember, after the Asia Cup removes 7 games, you only have 6 more games to prepare for the ICC World T20. And so that is why it is a very, very good sign that he started intense training now. Because then that will make him back into full fitness. Because remember, a back injury, a stress fracture on the back takes a lot of time to heal. This luckily seems to be just a back injury, but it's not as we had feared it would be. Remember, a back injury, and if he's out for a significant period of time, a bowler like Jasprit Bumrah is a rhythm bowler. If he loses rhythm, then he's vulnerable. So this training is a good sign, and one hopes that he's back for the T20I series against Australia. There are a lot of questions. What about Harshal Patel? Ayush Singh, there is absolutely no news about Harshal Patel, but his injury seems to be a bit more severe. In all reality, we may say that Harshal Patel is probably out of the World T20 as well, T20 World Cup, because his injury is pretty severe. He's not resumed training. He's not been picked in the Asia Cup because already he's injured. No news about Harshal Patel, but the injury is pretty severe. So he is in big doubt for the T20 World Cup. There were more questions about when will he be fit. Nitesh Kumar, when will Jassi be fit? Well, Jasprit Bumrah could be fit for the T20 series against Australia. Remember, Australia are coming to India for 3 T20Is. And then they will play 3 T20Is against South Africa. Harshal started training. His video surfaced just on Phoenix. So yes, if Harshal has started training, then that is also good news. But again, how quickly will Harshal recover is another story altogether. Remember, Bumrah and Harshal were both ruled out of the Asia Cup with multiple injuries, Bumrah in particular the back injury. So it is very important that we have seen India's ace spearhead starting his training. He was in great form prior to the injury. Remember, his 6 for 19 in that oval ODI against England showed that he's truly one of the best in the business. So Jasprit Bumrah's recovery is key for India. Ayush Singhal, VVS Lakshman, coach India in Asia. Well, Ayush, you have to check the video that I did on Rahul Dravid on Sports Today. In that, I've clearly mentioned if Rahul Dravid does not come to the Asia Cup, then VVS Lakshman will be the coach. It has happened in the past when India have been playing simultaneous series. England and Ireland being the prime cases. When India were in England, Dravid was the coach. When the Indian team was in Ireland, simultaneously, VVS Lakshman was the coach. Dravid has suffered a mild he's suffering from mild COVID-19, so his symptoms are pretty mild. Once he returns a negative RT-PCR test, he will be free to join the squad in the UAE. Then more stories. Straight away, IPL. Okay. Rohit Sharma's most important player in Asia Cup, Sachin Kamble. Well, all the players are important in the Asia Cup, Sachin. I mean, Rohit, KL, Surya, Virat, Hardik, Rishabh Pant. These 6 guys. This batting core will be the key because in all certainty, you're playing with these core of players after a pretty long time. I think Rohit, KL, Virat, Surya, Hardik and Pant. Essentially, this might be your batting lineup for even the ICC T20 World Cup in Australia. So everybody, Ayush Singh, yes, all the players are leaving from their respective cities today on August 23. The rest of the contingent, whoever has been picked in the Asia Cup, who are in Zimbabwe, they will leave from Harare today. So that is the news that we are getting about whether the Indian team is leaving or not. So one hopes that Jasprit Bumrah is fit for the T20 series against Australia. If he's fit for that, then automatically he is fit and he will be India's ultimate gun bowler in the T20 World Cup. Because remember folks, India's hopes on a title hinge on their bowling lineup, which will travel to Australia for the first time in October, November after a very, very long time. When was the last time India traveled to Australia in October, November? You have to really think. So, Jasprit Bumrah's training video is really, really a great sign for India. Well, Davinder Singh, wait and watch. Hello, sir. Your 11 T20 for Asia Cup. Are you saying for the first game against Pakistan in the UAE? Well, if you have to pick my 11, Rohit, KL, Virat, Surya, Hardik, Pant starts, Ravindra Jadeja, Yuzi Chahal, Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Then I will go with Arshdeep Singh because he's a superb death bowler. I will go for that. So that will be my 10. The 11 one, well, looking at the performance of the Indian cricket team in Zimbabwe, probably Deepak Chahar gets a chance. Probably. That's my 11 for the first game against Pakistan. Yes, Deepak Chahar is the standby. He's one of the reserves in the Asia Cup. So, unless there is an injury in the side, only then he can replace. Otherwise, if there is no injury, he doesn't replace. That is my only thing. I wish Deepak Chahar gets a chance, but I think that is not going to happen. Standby is also going to the UAE. Yes, Kishore Chaudhary, they will go to the UAE. The standbys will be there. Unless a player gets injured, you want an immediate replacement, they will be there. So that is the basic things. So thank you so much folks for joining us for this live. We will be back with more updates regarding player fitness, player availability. We are building up towards the Asia Cup folks. Just 5 days to go for India's big clash against Pakistan in the Ring of Fire in Dubai. So join us for all that. We'll be back with more updates and news from Sports Today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram folks. Bye-bye.